Am I the asshole for not telling my boyfriend I won money 15 years ago? My boyfriend, 35 male, and I, 35 female, were discussing finances, and we wanted to be on the same page. My boyfriend moved in with me unexpectedly 3 months ago as his landlord decided to move into the property with his family. We were discussing finances, and the topic of how I own my own place came up. I explained I won some money, not a lot, but enough to be able to put myself through nursing school, purchase my home, and have some savings, back in 2009, and bought my place outright, and then rented it out until I moved back into it in late 2018. Obviously, I had to look at my side as this was right in the middle of the recession, so I got my place for real cheap. He says I deceived him by giving him the impression that I was financially well off, and I led him to believe I was way more business savvy than I was. I don't know how I did that. I literally work as a nurse and make decent money, fully own my own home, fully own my own car, and have decent retirement plans and decent savings. I'm fairly certain that I am financially better off than most people I know. He says that he can't trust me anymore, and that he was stupid to have listened to my financial advice. But the thing is, I never gave him any financial advice, except for telling him not to buy a car that was, in my opinion, unreliable and much too expensive. Did I deceive him by not telling him how I got myself financially stable? FYI, we've been dating for almost a year and a half. Edit, I just had another very weird conversation with him, and I honestly can't wrap my head around it. Yeah, so he is definitely a gold digger. He asked me how much I have in savings and seemed impressed with how much I had, and then said maybe he reacted too aggressively. Then asked/told me he still wants the car I advised him not to get. He hinted at me getting it for him as a birthday present since his birthday is in early March. I am definitely dumping him. Going to wait till my 2 sisters and 2 brother-in-laws can come over before I break up with him, just in case he acts crazy. Edit 2. He's jealous and also resentful. He's ranting about how he would have tripled my money if he had won it. Edit 3. He's saying that my money is wasted on me because I don't make it make money. Apparently, I should be investing in my savings in high-yielding stocks and other shit. FYI, I do get financial advice from a financial advisor I trust, but I am a risk-averse person. I would never invest it in the manner this idiot is telling me. Sure, the chance to get a lot of money is there, but so is the chance to lose. Edit 4. He's now on a crazy rant because I suggested we take a break from this argument because I don't want to ruin my few days off. My god, I can't believe how he's behaving. He thinks he's so clever, but I am thoroughly disgusted. Oh, it is absolutely over between us. Edit 5. Okay, I understand him better now. So my house/the property it's on is what led him to believe I am much richer than I am. He assumed I was loaded. So me telling him I actually got lucky pissed him off. And when he found out how much in savings and assets I have, he perked up and had a change of mind. He's now telling me that with just a quarter of my money, he can show me how to invest into the stock market and make real money. Oh, he is genuinely deluded. Update. I've been repeatedly asked to give an update, and here I am. So my sisters and brother-in-laws came over, and I asked him to leave. He got very angry and very argumentative. When he and I argued, my family packed up all his stuff and put it in his car. He didn't have much of mine, as most of his furniture and other big items were already in storage. He couldn't believe I'd break up with him over such a little thing. As if he hadn't spent 3 days yelling and ranting at me. He finally left and is now staying at his parents' house. His parents called me to ask what happened, and I explained the situation, and they said it was for the best we broke up. I didn't see him for a few days, but he called and texted a whole bunch. It was slipping from him being regretful of his behavior and raging at my audacity and stupidity. Then I got a call from Mike, one of his friends, and he asked me what happened because my ex-boyfriend was telling people he broke up with me for being a cheater. Apparently, he caught me sleeping with some random dude. I explained the situation to his friend, and he laughed, saying that he was wondering why he'd bring up his money schemes. So we had a long chat, and he told me that my ex had recently lost a lot of money in trading, and that's what had him stressed and anxious. It's also what pushed him over the edge. Apparently he was angry at me for not taking the same risks he had taken. He bitched to Mike about me being a risk-averse person. Mike told me to move on and to change my locks because my ex apparently has a history of being nasty when dumped. He was right because a few days after that, ex broke into my house and took a shit on my kitchen counter. He was arrested while he was in the process of evacuating his bowels. I obviously changed the codes to my security system so he couldn't get in with the old codes, and by the time he had broken in the back door, police were already on their way. He tried to tell the police that he was my boyfriend and lived in the house, but what resident breaks into the back door of their house and bleeds over the entire hallway and then takes a shit on their own kitchen counter? He spent the night in jail and was bailed out the next day by his parents. They called to apologize, and I told them to never contact me again. I'm also in the process of getting a protection order. I've never dated crazy before, and I'm absolutely gobsmacked. It is insanity.